Hi, welcome back to Nevermore Model Making and part 7 of the Tamiya's Repsol Honda RC213V 2014 build, where I'm going to go at using Top Studio's super detailed upset for the bike. As in the previous part, unfortunately it didn't go to plan with what I was wanting to show you, and we unfortunately did leave about a bit, so unfortunately missed all the front brake construction and a little bit of the radiator. So what I've got this time is, not fitted on yet, is doing some more around the front of the bike. So as in the previous one, we fitted the this front part, so I painted up this was a mixed up colour on the instructions, but it looked like it was a yellowy colour, so I've done what's this, X something. What I decided to use was the yellow green XF4 on there, and here, which was golden grey colour I used. Find it, not that one. So I decided to use the Osmotic colour jet exhaust. So again, it's a sort of a bronzy colour. So what I'm looking to do this time is make up. Start off, we'll make up this. Whoa. That's better. Make up this part, which is the instrument panel and the arrangement behind it. So pieces we've got. So we've got the instrument panel, which just put a decal on. This is the resin part. So it has its red side, and there's a bit on here, and there's a bit of PE put on the back. So that's just X18 semi-gloss, the decal. I'm just giving a coat of varnish over there just to give the effect of the glass there. I just highlighted these parts in, I think it's in chrome. So that fits onto this part, which on the inside of the cowl, front cowl. So like that. And so you bend it to PE. Fits onto the front tire of this one. Come on, off those numbers. So there we have two holes there. And with the legs here. Just a little bit of jiggling, but I have had it on there. Of course, as soon as I turn the camera on, it doesn't go. Anyway. Sort of like that. So there's lots of hose connectors and things, wire connectors coming out the bottom of here, which are these. And there's like a bunch of wire, bundle of wire that goes through it. here, and then I'll once I've got that glued together, I'll show you where we'll be going from there. So I'll get this put together, and we'll come back and we'll test fit it to the bike and see how we get on with that. Okay, back in a sec. Focus. Back in a sec. Okay, so that's where to start. So you've got the sort of main supporting structure for the hull, and like the bundle of wires coming through, and this PE part all it together. So just let the glue go off on that, and then we'll stick some more bits on. Back in a sec. Okay, so that's the instrument panel on. So I've put all these little connectors, it's 5 each side. At least there was when I started out, because there's one decided to completely disappear from here. But I've got others somewhere. I'll have to get one painted up and put in that little hole. Otherwise, that's probably the easy bit. So now I've got to sort out some wires. So for example, these 4 connectors here, tiny wires come out of there, and then they run to the end of this wire bundle here, and I held on with a bit of shrink wrap, shrink tube, new stuff. So I'll double things in, we'll get that to shrink and hold, and there's wires come from all over the place, from the engine, from the brakes, all fit into those. So we'll just let that dry off, and come back with do something else. Anyway, it's beginning to look like something. Here we go. So we'll pause it there, and I'll work out what to do next. See you later. Okay, just thought we'd give you a bit of an update of where I'm up to. So I've done a bit more of the wiring. So I've got the oxygen sensors wired in, so they come up around here, over the top, and connect into a couple of places around the back here. And I've also done the brake cables and assorted sensors and things. They come up. Those brake cables themselves, they stop, so they got to go to the handlebars. They've got the 3 wires coming up this side, and the 2 on this side, and they're just tied together, these tiny little silver wires, which are the fiddliest things in the world. They're about the hardest thing to do for them. I haven't been able to show you actually applying these wires yet. There's a bunch of wires that come up from here to the top. I'll try and show you when I do those. I think that might be a bit clearer. So I just thought I'd give you an update where we're up to. Okay, see you in the next bit. Okay, just show you where we're up to. You can see in the previous bit I was just securing this wire to this bit, which I can't remember the name of. It'll come to me in a bit. Anyway, so I've tied it on there, include in the top there. This bit itself is made up of pointy. So this part is from the model. This is resin that came with the detail set, along with the little end on here. This is a bit of turned metal. These two ends are resin, and this is the original excuse me, model part. So what I did when I put this together, because if you can see, it's not a straight line on there. Is basically put this part on the model without gluing it, and this part in its little hole, and sort of offered up these here after drilling it into my size hole. And once it sort of was flush, glued it in, and sort of left it alone for a little while, and it's set in the right orientation. And then replace the foot pedal there, and case linked thing. It's all detailed up, and so I just tied the cable on there, which runs up through here and picks up another couple of wires which comes from this part. You can't really see it, but there's a little black thing in there, and they all are up there to a bunch. And I've done so the oxygen sensors previously. I've started on this one. There's one wire that runs up, yet to be sorted out. There's another 4 to fit on there, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that in a little bit to see how that it all works out. Excuse me. Just have a quick drink. I'll just pause it there one sec. Okay, and what I've done as well is made up the left handlebar. And as you can see on the grip itself, there's 3 thin wires. Basically fitted those the same way as I did with this. Just wrapped it around and basically spun it around until it was tight, and then tied it off. And there are 4 cables that run from the handlebar. 3 of them run across to the connector part down here, and one runs around to the front and joins up with one of the connectors up here. So again, in a little bit I'll show you, put together the right hand handlebar and see if I can show you some of the wiring, because it might be a little bit easier because it's aiming for these connectors here rather than one sitting down the side there. So see, we're sort of coming along. So once I've got those bits wired, we can start having a look at doing a bit more with the bodywork, because I need to fit the seat part with the exhaust at the back, so then I can get the back washing sensors. There seems to be only a bit of wiring that runs around the right hand side of the bike, so I've sort of made up a rough set of cables there. So when I get that fitted in, I can work out where it goes. Basically, according to the pictures, it seems to disappear around the top of the engine up here, and then who knows where it goes. And then we can look at doing the this part, which has a lot of wires coming up to it. So it's part of the part that runs from the bottom of the radiator up. They all seem to often change in size of wires, fit into all these parts at the top. So again, I need to sort of finish that before I can fit the seat part in, because there's a couple of wires that run and connect to the bottom of here. So again, it's all connected. I think what I'll do is so I've got the parts for the right hand handlebar sorted empty out, so I'll just disconnect them from the resin gates and things, and we'll see if we can, that way good, use your words, I'll see about fitting all that together and then doing a bit of thin wiring around the front. This lovely little stuff, which actually once you start using it, it's pretty easy to use. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, what we'll do is we'll make up the right hand handlebar, and shows what you do. So we've got the grip, which has little wires around it. With the switches picked out in red. It's mostly X18 semi-gloss with X56, I think it is. This is metallic grey. So picking out parts, and we've got the guard that goes around the front. Handlebar, and a little silver disc that goes between those two, and connector underneath to fit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 parts there. Make up these, and then there are some wires that come out of it. 1, 2, 3 of the thin ones. Do that, and one of the thick ones which I'll put away somewhere. I'll get them out when I need it. It's basically, actually there's two that run to this. There's one that runs up from the brakes to here, and there is one that runs between the two handlebars on there. So we'll get this part together, so we'll sort out a bit of CA glue and we'll stick things together. Okay, just pause for a sec while I get sorted and then we'll come back. Okay, so I'll start off with putting the grip on. So that is the main part, silver disc, and then this goes over the hole there. So this I've drilled out this hole up to 1.2mm. So I've actually started with a really small screw and sort of built up the hole to make sure it's in the centre, rather than just pushing away with a great big one and getting it off centre. So we'll get a bit of glue on there. Okay. Okay, so obviously this is the top, so I'll give that a sec to go a bit harder, and then we'll work out the other two. Okay, next bit is to fit what's in the end of the grip. This has a hole which fits guard on, that comes out from the bottom of the handle, which I'll show you in a sec. So yeah, we'll get a bit of glue on the end of that. We'll make sure we're upside down. Fix it at the end there. That's where the hole goes in downwards. So it takes a few seconds, but we'll get that chance to harden properly, and then we'll put the last two bits on. Okay, next bit is get this guard. Which comes out. That. And the last bit is this, which is in this little hole. So with the large one pointing an angle to the where the brakes or clutch thing is, whichever it is. So that is the right hand handlebar. So again, we'll just let that all harden properly. And then we'll test fit it on the back. Okay, so fitting the handlebar to the bike. Basically it's the same sort of hole as the kit. Nothing to focus on. Same circular hole, which fits on there. So get the rotation right, but the hole is much shallower than the one in the kit, so we have to snip most of this off for it to fit properly. So what I found with the left one was do it a bit at a time to get it to the right length. Fingers and thumbs. So we're not far off. You probably can't see it, but there's a little edge there, but it's supposed to go right up to that. So 20 bit more. So I'll do a bit of fettling, come back to that. Okay, so that's got it. So I can do a tiny little bit more off. So you can see it fits all the way up snug. So what I'm doing now is a good blob of CA glue. Which I showed you before, that's what I've been using. And relax. There you go. So we'll let that all go off, and then we'll see if we can fit some wires to it. Back in a minute. Okay, moving on a bit from the last one. So in that one I fitted the right hand handlebar. So I've done all the wiring in. So there's 3 little wires that come out and around. Can't really see them unfortunately, but they're there. And the continuation of the brake cable comes up and fits in up here, and fixed in the brake fluid. I've used a bit of wire because the plastic tube basically way out of scale. I've done the plastic tube on this side. I think I'll change that. So that's the front end as far as I know is completed with all the wiring. So I'm sorry to show you, but it was very fiddly, and all you've seen is lots of the back of my hand and a little bit of swearing. And I also got this cable that runs across between the 2 handlebars. So I thought now I'll see if I can show you is last bit of wiring, which is carrying wires up from here underneath up to this part, and then we'll get them all plumbed in. And again, there's sort of vague lights wire come down from here, go somewhere, another one comes to the bottom from here, go somewhere. I think, I'm not 100% sure, there could be the oxygen sensors that come from the exhaust pipe that comes up from the back. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge. So at the moment I've got these fitted in, so there's 4 little wires. This one come out. No, it's behaving. So I've got 4 little ones. So the front 3 there, and this one that attaches underneath. Let's get an angle where you can see it. Okay, and from the one with the blue one, there's a thicker wire that runs all the way up. So I've glued those in, and so I've got them guided in roughly the direction they're supposed to go. So what we'll do now is cut the length of the hose here. It's heat shrink stuff, but whenever we've tried to do that, basically just end up melting everything. Come on. Oh, honestly. Right, so what I'll do is just work out what basically we need a bit of tubing that so it comes from the bottom there and here's up here, which go to the diagram. Here's what happens. Oh yeah, and also I've mentioned this before I think, but basically it starts off with one thick, 4 thin, and it ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thick and 2 thin. Anyway, we'll work that, cross that bridge. So we'll slide it back down and see if we can work this out. Run from there to roughly there. So what I'll do is I'll cut it to length, shove this lot in, and then what we'll do is work out what wires are coming out the top of it and feed those in at the top and glue everything in place. So about there. So this is going to be tricky, so what I'll do, I'll pause it and we'll come back once we've done it. So as I say, we're looking to get it to run from there to here. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, so there you go, so that's got those wires into there and it comes out at the top here. Might be slightly long, but we'll have a play with that. So that inside there is wiring, which with any luck does look like this, which apart from the ocean sensors being in the right place on there, it's not too shabby. Okay, so this then starts to stay on. What we'll do, we'll call that part complete. So I think it's part 7. Lost count now. Anyway, I think it's part 7. So that's part 7 done. So we got a lot done in this one. Completed off, finished off the wire at the front, wire at the side. So really, it's only this at the top here, which we'll probably do at the beginning of the next part. And then we have the bodywork, which if you've been sort of filling with, for example, I've put, come on, focus, right, put some magnets in instead of screws on this part, so I filled out the holes and cut that part out because this bit at the front here sticks through rather than a decal on the front of it. And same again, I filled out the hole with that attached to the side of the bike. So next part will be finish off the wiring and then sort out the bodywork. So thanks very much for watching so far. And this is a better part than the last one, so basically didn't lose any of the footage. So keep watching. Thanks very much for watching. Especially thanks if you subscribe. According to my statistics, most of you unfortunately don't, but I think that's the same with most channels. So, thanks very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, please give us a thumbs up, and click the notification bell, so as and when different parts come up, you'll get notified so you can come and have a look. Also, please leave a comment. I do read and get back to all of them. Sometimes it can take a little while, but if you leave a comment, I'll come back to you. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.